Hey, welcome to Beyond the Blueprints. It's Wednesday the 29th at 11 a.m. Today's special guest today is Corey Crain from Fidelity Openings.
How's it going?
But I believe Diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Good job, Taylor. Hey, and we got Uncle Ty over here with Moser's Kitchen and Bath.
It was jacket on, jacket off, jacket on, jacket off. Some rain would come.
What? You pushing the envelope a little there.
Yeah.
I need you to turn my earpiece up a little bit, though.
That one was just a little low. I have to push it up.
Yeah, but I didn't have trouble with his, man.
That one may need to be edited out.
That was from a newscast, so that's already been on. The FCC's already looked at that one and approved that one, so it's
why
okay.
did I get all the risque stuff? Jacket on, jacket off, jacket off, jacket off, jacket off.
It was a weather report. It was a weather report.
Hey, why are you taking it there? Just a weather report. His wife is going to be mad at him.
Just wait till Matt's. Don't worry.
Yeah. And we got Maddie Pruitt with Moser's Kitchen and Bath.
My apartment smells of rich mahogany.
Love that.
I do like that.
Yeah, you do like that. That fits you a little
It
bit,
does,
right?
It does.
Yeah.
I'm a mahogany man.
And we got Taylor with Cedar Creek Media.
And what Matt thinks about him.
I think you're fat.
Yeah,
it's just my opinion. I'm not bullying you. I'm just giving you a. I think you're ugly. I think you're fat. I think you're stupid.
I think you just threw me underneath the bus.
Yeah.
That's not even right.
Trampled on.
Man, I don't know what to say about that. Man. Hey, I'm Matt Moser, Two Sticks, with here at Moser's Kitchen and Bath.
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered.
Yeah. No,
Taylor just got revoked from picking drops.
I need a new. Hey, anybody out there? I need a new media guy. Apply online, please, because this ain't gonna work.
Oh goodness!
I still need my ears up, man.
You still do all right.
Yeah. I should, probably keep it down with that vulgar stuff he's putting out there on our stuff like that, man. Corey, tell us a little bit about your company, man, and how you got started.
Man, well, I started this company back in 2015. Out of the military, I started working a couple of years doing cabinets and stuff. We did cabinets and stairs. And then I got, basically laid off at that and was just bumming around, not doing too much at all. And started, losing things quick whenever you ain't got no money coming in. So I'd actually took a little job with a friend that, he was doing windows, and he's like, man, I need some help for the day. So come out and help me. I was like, I ain't got nothing going on, sitting on the couch. So I went ahead and went with him for the day, and I fell in love with it the very first day. I loved the job and what it is. But I worked for them for probably a year and a half to 2 years, and things just weren't going right where I was.
Right.
I'd excelled at what I was doing pretty well, and I was kind of capped at where I was. So I just decided to hop out and just try it on my own. A couple months beforehand, I started kind of just setting some funds aside and buying little things here and there to kind of get going. I bought my first trailer, the crappiest little thing you'd ever seen. It had an axles and, it had some wood on top of it.
It's the American dream though, right?
I'm telling you, it is for sure. I got one of those old Freimeyer vans rolling around there looking like a pedophile van. But no, it got me to work every day. It held all the tools and held me and the guys, and, we hit the road, doing it good. So, but, I started there, I slowly worked up, had a contract with a company called Conservation Construction out of Dallas. We had a contract with them, and we were just, doing installs for quite a long time. Whenever you get 1099 like that, they want you to really, they want to pay a company, they don't want to pay you.
Right.
So they asked us to, get us an LLC together because that's how they were going to get contracted. So that kind of forced me to figure out how to take that next step, to get my own company rolling. So I figured that all out finally, and one little step at a time, and got the LLC filed, and got all my stuff going with it, and got the name picked out, and just kind of step by step, started the American dream, as you said, step by step, got there.
Does your wife Cassandra, right? Does she help
Correct.
you out with the company and everything?
Yeah, so she definitely has a big part of it. She does all the office work. So, she's such a blessing to me because it's hard to do it all. It's hard to go wake up in the morning and get out of bed and go do the work,
Right.
and then while amongst doing the work all day, having to answer calls and to send this or send that or go do, any of the administrative stuff. It's hard to balance that yourself. So really who you have around you really makes a big difference. And yes, she's a big help. Definitely, like I said, a blessing. She handles all the office work. So.
What was the biggest step for you to really take that step forward of like, hey, I'm about to do this? I mean, what challenges were you working with? Kids at home and
yeah. So I had I had a rough start myself. I got out of the military. And just was having a hard time adapting, got into some things I shouldn't have got into for sure. And I was sitting around one day and, we'd found out that my ex-wife was pregnant. And basically, I had a choice to make at that point,
Yeah.
So I decided to do something for myself, to get up and instead of sulking in it and sitting around, decided, just get up and do something for myself and build something, and not leave my kids in a spot that I know I wouldn't want to be in myself.
Right.
So, that kind of pushed me to become a better person and, like I said, make better decisions and really grow up real quick. So,
was you raised struggled as a kid? I mean, was that a motivator? It was for me.
For sure, yeah, most definitely. I was raised by my grandparents.
Yeah.
So when I was 3, my mom and dad split up, and I had I decided to go with my grandparents at that point. I asked them, like, hey, I don't want to go. I want to stay here. I'm trying to stay with my grandparents.
Right.
My grandpa, without even
The
hesitating.
stability of it.
Yeah, for sure,
Right.
most definitely. Without even hesitating, he took me in. I had always been, I wouldn't say his favorite, but I'd always been, the child he always kind of took under his wing. So it wasn't.
Grandparents have favorites.
I'm telling you,
they do.
Yeah, for sure. And I definitely was my grandpa's, and my brothers will even attest to that. But I lived with them pretty much growing up my whole life. And I got real lucky at not having to jump around homes and get that stability that I did have. My grandpa, they were old school, so it was really like growing up as the older generation did. We did a lot of my daily activities were helping out in the field, pick all the corn and stuff, or the tomatoes, or had his own little mowing business to go help him mow or unload
Right.
the stuff. So I was outside doing stuff like that.
Was that the Seagoville area?
Yes, sir. Yeah, and Combine back there in the
Okay.
back. Yeah, we lived on Bodark Road for they built a house there when they were 25 or 26. And
Well,
lived there.
Combine, is it Seagoville or is that Crandall?
It's both, I guess, technically. I think there's a line right there where the triangle is on 1389, 1390, right there. There's like a line that technically would be considered Seagoville.
Right.
I went to Seagoville schools from there. But then on the other side, when you get back there into where the gas station and stuff is, it's, all Crandall school there. So our area code was 75159 was Seagoville. So,
Right.
But I know there's a lot of people in the back there that claim Crandall. So
Yeah.
but I liked living where we did. It was quite a
So
bit.
you're the Dragons?
Yeah, Seagoville Dragons. Yeah,
Blue and
yeah.
white, right?
Yep, blue and white. So I went there until I was in the 9th grade. I started my freshman year in Crandall. My mom had moved it out there into the house is right there on Angelina by the little small elementary school on 175 right there.
Yeah.
She had moved back in there, and I used her address, and we went to Crandall. They had some things going there in Seagoville. The gun. The occasional bring a gun to school day.
Yeah.
So she got tired of that fun stuff. And
what year did you graduate?
I graduated in 09.
09?
Yes, sir. Yeah, 09, and then 5 weeks later I was in Kentucky in the military. So.
And what branch was that?
Army. I was in
Army?
Army. Yes, sir. Yep. So a lot of fun.
So who's tougher, the Army or the military? The Marines.
The Marines. Well, I'll tell you every time it's the Army. We can get
Y'all say the same thing.
we can get deep into that, but I'll tell you what the Marines are going to tell you every time too. So
Yeah.
But
Something about hoorah.
exactly something like that. Yeah. For sure. No, I love the Army. It was a great experience.
We got a sales rep. He used to be our sales rep with Dial Tile. He's been on the show. Paul. He's on our 2nd episode. And my joke with him all the time, I know he's a Marine guy.
Right.
And he's very Marine type person.
Yes, sir.
And-
Very, very hoorah.
Yeah, he's just that guy. And he'll probably call me later when he sees this.
Right.
Because he does watch one of our 27 listeners, subscribers.
Right.
But anyways, my joke with Paul is, I'm like, hey, that's how they used to do it in the Navy, right? Just to jack with them. And he gives me that stare, and I think it's absolutely hilarious.
Oh, yeah. They love that.
So did you deploy anywhere?
Yes, sir. Yeah, so I went to Iraq in 2010, August 2010. Actually left on my birthday. We got on the plane and headed over to, headed up to Maine and then over to Germany, and then to Kuwait there, and then into Iraq. So I did a 12 months, 13 months, just about, if you count all the moving around and stuff.
You get shot at.
We got blow up and shot at. Yeah, I've got my cab. So, but definitely, it was an eye-opening experience for sure.
Oh,
It's got to be
definitely.
a crazy feeling.
It is. Surprisingly, it's kind of like everyday life. You get used to it once you're there for a little while. The first part of it's a little scary. The last part of it's a little scary. You're so anxious to go home, and you want to make sure you're going to make it out there to get home.
All right.
But so it's surreal because you don't really realize this stuff is happening and going on over there sitting here.
Yeah.
And even when you're over there, you don't realize it happens until it does happen.
Which is kind of like the stuff that's happening right now. I mean, we woke up this morning, come to work, meet here, do a podcast, and there's a war going on there in Iran right now.
Most definitely.
I mean, I don't know the logistics of everything. It's on pause, and we're blockading the strait or whatnot. But the bombing that went on there for 2 or 3 weeks and stuff. I can only imagine. I don't think none of us have ever experienced that here.
Yeah,
maybe Tyson, Pearl Harbor. Just kidding, man. Just kidding. But I mean, as far as the when you went there, did you have kids at that time?
So I didn't have any kids. I was 18 when I deployed, and so it was. I miss the family, of course, but
What'd your mom say, or your grandmother?
My grandparents, that's the one cool thing, they've always supported me. My mom kind of at the beginning of it, she wouldn't let me go. She didn't want me. Every mom doesn't want their kid to go and enlist and stuff. But I told her the same thing, probably that a lot of other people use. It's that, look, you can let me go and enlist now at 16 and be gone by 17, or you can make me wait till I'm 18 and hold me back. So
you did the 4 years and you was out.
I did 4 years and I was out. Yeah. So at the end of my 4 years, I had deployed, and we were basically, they were disbanding where I was at in 3rd ACR, and I was having to move to another unit or reclass, and I just really didn't want to, because the unit I was moving to was about to go right back. So as much as I wanted to reenlist and go over there, I had just found out whenever, probably a couple months before I went to go reenlist, that I was going to have a kid. That really altered my decision greatly, and decided to not be gone for, the entirety of my kids.
During that 4 years, were you able to come home during the holidays and stuff like that?
So the cool thing
going on back then?
Yeah, I went to Fort Hood, which was super cool. I had requested Fort Hood and actually got Fort Hood, and I lived right there in south of Dallas. So it was nothing for me on the weekends to wrap it up at 5 and get home by 8. Up in Dallas and spend the weekend up there. So I went home quite often and got to visit and stay with my grandparents, and and did some partying on the weekends when I'd come home. Dallas is full of stuff, so I definitely enjoyed being able to come back and forth and being close, because I know it definitely probably would be a little tougher not being able to see your family for as long. So I got lucky in that aspect, is I did get to go back and forth, which was super cool.
Yeah.
So
with the window business and everything, what type of windows do you like to sell? I mean, what do you offer?
Right. So I offer a multitude of products. I try not to. The one thing that I've noticed, I've done a couple of different things, in my window career, from branch managing to owning my own company to just working as a helping hand. And along that time, one thing I've noticed that's consistent, and probably for good reason, but most companies sell a product, and they don't really have too many options. It's kind of like, this is your price point, this is your window, this is what you'll get, and if you don't like us, don't use us.
Right.
And I see that a lot of times you miss out, especially where we're at here in Cedar Creek. There's a different price point here than there is in Dallas. And that's different from where in Palestine or Tyler or Kearns, or anywhere out this way. You really have to know where you're at to really judge the product you're going to use,
right?
Because you don't want to go to Kearns and some 100-year-old house that they haven't done any upgrades on, and they're trying to get windows. You don't want to go in with the most expensive window there. So I try to use a multitude of products. I really like MI windows. I use them quite a bit. They're really like middle of the road to me.
Is that the ones we're using on the job that we're doing together?
So actually that's NT.
Okay.
So NT, North Texas Window, they're out of Fort Worth there. Great product. Really good product, actually. I would say more top end than the MI. They're a little more expensive, obviously, but I love the product. NT's definitely been one of my go-tos for years and years and years. So whether I've installed, through them directly or for other companies or even myself, I love the NT window. I use MI. I get them from Lansing up in Dallas, and I really love the MI product itself. Like I said, middle of the road, middle price. But really, like I said, it's just kind of wherever you're at. In Dallas, I'll probably push more of the NT to where, down here or even over, on the west side over there is MI all day long.
You ever work on like old wood windows with the big lead weights in the walls and stuff?
Yeah, that's some fun stuff. I typically will keep those and try to go to the antique store and sell the little panes and stuff. People eat those up all the time, throw them on Facebook or whatever the case. But
you ever rebuild them?
Majority of the time, if they need to be rebuilt, we'll rebuild and mess with them.
Every once in a while you have that customer that's wants to keep them everything original.
Yes, sir. We do repairs and stuff like that. I had a homeowner.
They're all like single pane, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. And the cool thing is back then, the technology wasn't too crazy. It was they used wooden stops, and you just peel the wooden stops out and replace the glass on them. And really, I think the hardest part is matching up the wood. And finding.
But the crazy thing is you get the little pulleys up there,
big
and there's literally like a boat rope that goes down in the cavity of the wall with a big old long lead weight.
They're huge. Yeah, for sure. You could definitely hurt somebody with those things.
Yeah,
for sure. Those are super cool. We pull those out quite a bit. We do a lot of wood window swap outs. We kind of specialize in doing the quality work. The stuff that it takes to put those windows in there.
Because you'll take it from you'll actually do the framing if it need to be. If they're changing out the layout from one big window to 3 small windows, you'll go in and put the header and the studs. You'll do the insulation, the sheetrock, the whole, almost kind of like a general contractor.
Yes, sir.
To a standard degree to that project with the windows and everything.
For sure. Yeah, I think the cool thing that coming from the installation side of it rather than the sales side of it is I've gathered just such a network of good people that I trust to do things. So it's super cool that I can go in there and do the windows or do the header and know that whatever I finish out is going to be finished out completely.
Right.
I can do pretty much all of it myself, but I have guys that specialize in just doing sheetrock or guys that specialize in just doing a door. And of course the windows as well. My crew that
you got some background stuff going on. Going here.
Yeah, I was definitely wondering what that was. We've got crews for everything, and we turnkey it. We can give you everything, out the door, however you want it. So
can you explain to the listeners that are watching the difference between a double hung and a single hung window?
Man, it's the world's difference. It is, there's this thing called gravity, and man, it works. It never stops working. It's definitely a great thing, but it's hell on windows, I should say. Those double hung windows, getting those, you can vent the top, so you can take that top sash and pull it down and have the vent through the top, or do them both and have the vented top and bottom.
So basically a double hung is you got 2 pieces of glass, the top one will actually move down and the bottom will move up, right?
To where your single hung, only the bottom moves up and down. And that's what's typical in most
the standard,
homes.
Right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So the double hung windows, and I try to steer people away from them. Just in my experience as not only a business owner but an installer, a lot of the issues that we have with double hung windows are that either essentially the balances or the weights, as you would call them, but the balances won't hold that window up for ever. They end up getting worn out, especially if you move them a lot. And then it's really hard to hold that window up while you're pushing down on the other window and then also latching everything.
And what's it called when the window actually tilts out?
So those are just tilt latches. So the tilting, so those are common on majority of the windows nowadays. Not a feature that they had back in the day.
Right.
But with the new balances, it's pretty common to where a lot of the windows will tilt the sash into where they can clean the windows out.
So you're wipe and clean not on the
that's
inside,
right.
but the outside.
She ain't trying to at least get the bottom pane for sure. Take that screen out, make her lean out or something. Yeah, for sure.
We met an interesting. I think did I tell you about that window supplier that we met.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say where from or where it is, but very interesting.
I think he had come to our BNI one time, and I think he had got wind that I did windows, obviously. And so he reached out to me, and I think I had a similar encounter as you. But I don't think
the crazy thing is that the windows that this person offers are, from our knowledge, me and Tyson sat through the sales pitch or whatever.
Right.
Looks like a really good window,
for sure.
I think it's the.
Oh, now I know who you're talking about.
But he'd fall under very interesting guy.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
There's those out there.
Yeah. But I mean, far as like, you know, you mentioned a couple of window companies, manufacturers
Right,
that you
for
have, but you can probably get any window that somebody wants.
Yeah, essentially, you know, majority of the companies require you to have a contract with them. The cool thing is I contract through multiple companies doing installations, so I'm able to get windows through those companies. And a lot of times I get a good deal just because I'm an installer. So, you know, that really helps out for me to get windows and pass on the savings along to the homeowners. So.
Yeah. What about doors?
Doors, man, we do any and everything with an opening. You know, doors are definitely a big part of our and right now for some reason they're kind of popping off more than the windows are. But you know, doors are more commonly used than windows. So you know, a lot more times you have issues with your doors. So we're there. You know, we do different French doors, patio sliding doors. You know, I even installed the steel doors, the wrought iron doors, which they're heavy as all get out, but they're really nice doors. Any and every door, just about for
right.
sure.
So I know a big deal for us, Maddie. You can probably contest this is being on down here on the lake houses. They're wanting these big walls of spans of doors and different things, and you offer like accordion style or swing or
So they have the really, if you got a door that fits into an opening, we can take care of it for you.
Right.
You know, the bigger ones, the slide ins or where they fold in on themselves. You know, we do all that fun stuff. Typically, if I can't do it, then I know somebody that can get it done.
We ran into an issue right now, and it's before I met you, Corey. We had a job that was already sold, and we got how big is that opening over there?
14 by 8.
Yeah, it's an 8-foot door, 14 long. It's all one unit.
Oh yeah.
It's on the second floor.
Oh yeah, of course. Always.
So and it's on the lakeside.
Oh yeah.
And so we need to get the piggyback from the lumber yard to come out there and build a rack for it to lift it up to get it up there.
For sure.
But the problem is it's rained for the past 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's hard to get.
And we can't get it around out there. We're going through our schedule this morning trying to figure out. I brought up, hey, we're gonna be able to do that this week, and Tyson looked up the weather and was like, yeah, not this week. It's supposed to be raining all week.
Every day.
And I'm sure that hurts your business a little bit, but you also do some interior stuff.
Yeah, so
here and there.
Unfortunately, you know, with the people I've met, I've learned a lot of different trades myself, just doing things.
You said you started on cabinets, right?
Yeah, so I did cabinets. I did stairs for a little bit, and then moved into doing windows and stuff. But even doing windows,
were you doing the railings and stuff on the stairs?
So I have a buddy. I don't know if you met him. I think I brought him with me once or twice. But Justin, and he does a lot of the stair work and stuff. But yeah, they were bending railings and putting.
That's an art.
Yeah, drilling. I didn't do none of that fun stuff. I just got to drill the holes. And get yelled at. So at that age, that's all I was doing. You know, but I did that for a very short-lived time before I had found the windows. And like I said, windows were just, I don't know if it was a calling for me or what, but you know, I just had enjoyed it, doing it so much, and the work, and you know, getting to meet people every day and talk to people. But you know, as you said, it's an art. You know, not just with the stair railings, but with windows or with any trade for that matter. You know,
absolutely,
it's an art. And to
find someone that's in it because of the art and the passion. You know, Maddie really enjoys designing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the kitchens and bathrooms, and help taking the clients
for sure
idea to
their vision and putting it into something.
Put it into something. He really enjoys that. I enjoy that. But you do have a lot of people out here that don't enjoy it. They do these different trades just because they have to make a paycheck or pay the electric or and
for sure.
And I love to be able to work with people who really have a passion for their trade because like you said, it is art.
Yeah, most definitely. I try to definitely try to bring it. You know, I think of that whenever I go to do any job. You know, just my art and what the canvas. You know, what I'm putting back out to the homeowners. And that's, where we get a lot of the referrals is, making sure those caulk lines are really nice and neat, and making sure that the window operates perfectly, and not just, taking it out and putting it in, but, we go back in and foam everything, and run flashing and stuff, the little things that a lot of people will look over. We even look further into detail, like, if we're upstairs putting a window in over the top of another window, I'm going to get up on top of the bottom one and make sure that everything's sealed up as well, to make sure they don't have any issues, and even looking at the seat of the top window to make sure that there's nothing going to leak in there and get down to that bottom window. So
even doing the media stuff and everything, Taylor, has an art to it to some degree. I mean, look at him now; he's being a camera guy over there, taking pictures and finding a while ago. I saw him typing on his computer, looking for some more insults.
Oh yeah,
you know, to make some drops. I guess it's an art, right, Taylor?
It is.
He has a knack for it. Huh?
It is definitely an art. No, I was thinking about it'd be a nice cover photo right here for our new Facebook page.
Yes,
people should go follow.
Yeah, we should go follow our new Facebook page, Beyond the Blueprints. We realized last week after talking that. As we upload these videos and stuff to our business page and my personal page, it really clogs it up.
Yeah.
I'm like, people probably don't want to hear from me that much. Maybe they do. I mean, but I don't think they do. Tyson believes to say it's too much because Tyson has a setting on his Facebook deal where he has to prove everything.
Oh, yeah.
And every night he's between Maddie posting something or Braden posting something, he gets overwhelmed.
Spend about an hour on his.
He gets very overwhelmed.
My Facebook page has gone from like the last 10 years. I've made 2 posts.
Oh yeah.
In the last 3 weeks, I've made 2,200.
Oh
yeah. So we decided last week, like, hey, since we're doing this podcast and we are on episode 16, right. And we probably shot well over 40 hours of podcast, probably, that we deserve our own page.
That's right.
And, I've been sending out invites, last couple of weeks. I think all the guys have kind of invited their friends,
right.
to follow it and everything. Yeah. And, surprisingly enough, people accepted the invite.
Oh, yeah,
So there are some people out there that like it.
That's why it's showing up on my stuff, and like I said, definitely like it and follow it and view it for that matter. So
yeah, and we belong to a BNI chapter together, me, you, and Maddie. Yep. And I think I wasn't there last week because I did a meeting, and I think it got brought up during the BNI meeting through the podcast. I think it got brought up the week before that. We've had several guests from BNI on, and we got some more scheduled going forward and everything. But I think everybody likes it, man.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I've enjoyed it. Like I said, I've watched a couple of the episodes. I just found out about it whenever you had mentioned it to me. And
so there's some other places, Corey. So when you're driving, get with Taylor afterwards. He'll tell you, man. You can listen to it as you drive.
Oh yeah. That's what I typically do.
Increase our whatever it's called with our views count.
So your views,
yeah. Maybe we get a what is it called when someone sponsorship?
Oh yeah.
We need to get monetized. Is what we need.
Monetized?
Yeah, you want monetization.
Yeah,
that's where we make money just for anybody listening in general.
We got a long way to go.
Yeah, or maybe we need 27,000. Someone like Corey, like, hey, you want to sponsor? We drive. This is brought to you by Fidelity.
Yeah, I'll say, hey, I'll take it where I can get it.
Yeah, only a couple thousand a week. It's fine, man.
Just a couple thousand.
Yes,
1,000 pennies.
Yeah, 1,000 pennies. Taylor typically has. We're going to get in a bunch more questions, and it's going to be rapid fire. We say rapid fire. Depends on how you answer.
Right.
Sometimes some of these questions will kind of take us off down a
little rabbit hole.
Yeah. Or we're still waiting for that one conversation for someone to start crying. To get real emotional. I don't think you fit that guy.
Yeah, not today.
I mean, not the Army guy. Maybe if it was a Navy guy.
Yeah, I was
or Marines, we might get him to cry a little bit. But Taylor's got something special planned for us today that we're going to do something. What you got there, Taylor?
Okay. So what we're going to do today, guys, I've got a few different little segment pieces here, and we're going to do what I am going to call the budget battle. So does everybody, I guess I didn't give everybody a piece of scratch paper. I probably should have done that. Do you guys got some scratch paper in front of you?
I don't.
I can give you this envelope, and then here's a pen for you right here. I'm sorry, guys. If I'm being honest with you, I meant to stop. They have some
he was too busy finding insults, and so he wasn't properly prepared.
No, they have some Disney character like little mini dry erase marker boards at the dollar store, and I was going to stop by and buy those and get y'all like some frozen little whiteboards, but I didn't. I forgot to do it. That's my fault. I'm sorry about that,
Uncle Ty. I think we need to find our own like drops and sneak in a little board just for Taylor that we can push and have anything. We both got kind of reamed on that one, man. Jack on.
It's jacket on. He was talking about a weather report. Come on, man. All right, so guys, this is what we're gonna do. So this is what I'm calling budget battle. So I've got 3 different versions of this. So as you see, there's kind of a grid in front of you here, and folks, you'll see it on your screen a little bit closer as well. But What I've got here is the perfect employee. So, guys, you've got $15 to spend on the perfect employee. As you see, you've got $5 selections, $4, $3, $2, and $1 selections. So you can pick you don't have to like stay within a certain range. Like you don't have to pick one from each box. You don't have to do anything. You can, if you only want to use, 3 of the $5 things, well, you go right ahead and do it. But these are the traits and the personality types and things like that you would want in the perfect employee. So I'm going to give you guys a minute or two here. Y'all kind of build out your perfect employee and then we'll talk about it.
That's 9, 10, 13.
You got a calculator over there.
You should have $10. Right now, I'm ready.
You good?
Big T.
Everybody else good?
I'm good.
Yeah.
All right, so guys, a little time has passed to let them think things through and kind of get their perfect employee. So let's go ahead and start with our guest. Mr. Corey, what are you taking in these traits to build your perfect $15
And make sure you tell
employee?
the dollar amount on the trait.
Right. So already elite at the job, having somebody who knows what they're doing is, I think, a really big thing when you're trying to find somebody to kind of fill the place of you. I've got always positive. I think that's $4, so I'm at 9 now. Always positive. I think positive attitude is everything on a job site. Whenever you're not there, things can get a little out of hand if there's drama, or if there's somebody not being positive. So I think positivity goes a long way. Doesn't cause drama. $1. I thought that was a big thing to keep the drama off the workplace. Kind of makes better work. Brings energy, someone to pump up the guys and to get them moving, $2. And then great problem solver, $3. You run into problems whenever you're on the job site. And if you're not there, you need someone who can figure that out and what needs to happen next. So
That's good.
I like that. I like that a lot. All right, Uncle Ty, what about you? What you thinking?
Well, I actually just went straight down the $3 column.
Oh, I see what you did.
Because I
More
think
bargain for the buck.
if a guy is a great problem solver, I want that guy on my team. Because I don't care if you are already a lead at the job, you're still going to run into problems.
Right.
And some guys are not good problem solvers.
Yeah.
So I like the good problem solver. Takes criticism well. Constructive criticism, some people get a little hurt if you.
Yeah, we ran into that Friday.
Yeah. So I want somebody that takes criticism well.
You run into it every Monday.
Stays late when needed.
You mean Wednesday?
Yeah, every Wednesday.
I've noticed in today's world, people tend to say we don't start work until 9 o'clock and we go home at 4:30. And at 4:31,
That's the lake life, man.
they drop their tools.
Yeah.
so I want the guy that's willing to stay late when he's needed.
Yeah.
A guy that owns his mistakes. Again, everybody in any category, you're going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And a lot of those guys that are already elite at the job are not going to try to own their mistakes. They're going to blame it on somebody else.
Yeah.
I want a guy that's just going to own his mistake, and then we'll go back up to being a great problem solver and fix it.
Right.
Makes customers love them. That may be the biggest one up there.
Yeah. This is kind of like, you're talking about yourself here, right?
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
I think those are all really good traits.
They are.
I'm a $12 employee. I'm all of them except for takes criticism well. So.
Yeah, we know. Well, we know.
What about you, Maddie? What are you thinking up there?
I kind of did the exact same thing that Uncle Ty did, except for one little caveat. So I actually only spent $14. But for the skill, same thing. I want somebody that can solve problems. For the attitude, same thing. I want somebody that can take criticism well. I also did this based on almost wanting to hire somebody to do the same thing that I do now. So a lot of these things are important, and to kind of repeat what Uncle Ty said is make customers love them. So if you can make people love you, you can make your customers or your clients, they will come back if they love you. Right.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was the most important one too, just like Uncle Ty said. But where I actually spent a little less, I guess my reliability stays late when he needs it. I think that's great, especially around here as well. But my cheap one is for communication. if I'm hiring this person, I already know who made the mistake, so I don't need that. I want somebody that's going to ask questions before they make the mistake. So that's where I went for $2. So that's what I have.
All right. So
You don't want to just drop $1 in there, buy one of those dollar slots?
I mean, I guess I could. So
Sorry, Matt, didn't mean to cut you
no,
off.
you're good. He don't matter. Probably usually on time, I guess, is where I'd spend my extra $1. Just make sure somebody shows up.
speaking of that, Corey, are you a on-time guy or 15 minutes early guy?
Man, I would rather 15 minutes early is on time.
Yeah, amen.
To me.
Military man.
Yes, sir, yeah. 15 minutes early is on time. If you're showing up on time, you're late.
Is that how they do it in the Marines?
Oh, yeah, in the Army. I'm sure they do in the Marines. That way, too.
I'm just checking.
All right, I'm curious about yours, Matt, as one of the 3 business owners sitting in here.
Really, I'm going to break it down from, I don't know which category they're in. I wasn't paying attention to the category. I was just looking at different traits. And it being a business owner, I'm just looking at the dollars.
Yeah.
Right? I wasn't worried about the
left side there.
The other side of it. So I kind of did a $5, $4, $3, $2, $1 to get to 15. Same with Corey. Already elite at the job. I think that's key, right? I want the best of the best, type of deal. My $4 trait would be has every tool, right? If he's at his job, he has every tool that he has there. He's not coming to me like, hey, I need a miter saw. You got a miter saw. Like, man, come on, I ain't got time for that. The third one is makes customers love them, just like Maddie touched on. And we touched about this in our meeting today is that repeat business. Mm-hmm. So if you do a good job on every one job, you should get 4 jobs out of it, right? And so make them love you. So if you make them love you, that means you're doing a good job. The second one is good with customers. The $2 one at the very top, the skill, good with customers. They kind of same thing, kind of really. I didn't realize that until just now. And the last one is my pet peeve. Clean up without being told. Mm-hmm. A clean job site is a very small punch list. Mm-hmm. A dirty job site will be 3 or 4 pages long, and you'll get done, and there'll be another punch list, and another punch list. But if you can keep a clean job site, Corey can contest
for sure.
that the customers will love you. I mean, I always tell the guys, treat it like it's your mama's house, right?
No like and trust is a big thing in this industry that I'm in, and no like and trust is part of that's cleaning up, and making the job site look good before you leave.
And we got on a job just here recently. It's one of Maddie's jobs, and I say Maddie's job. Maddie sold the job. Mm-hmm. He's not the one that's running the job,
for sure.
To say, and it was a job that, man, we've been there a long time. We did a lot of work on the house. I mean, we're moving plumbing in the bathrooms, building walls, gutting kitchens, all new floor and paint. It was a big job, right? It's a total renovation of a house. Sure. And I went over one day, and I threw an absolute fit. And Maddie was there just happened to be there when I was there that day. Mm-hmm. And I was walking with my project manager, and dude, I was mad because it's not what my jobs are supposed to look like. Exactly. You know what I mean? Yep. And went in there, and the guy still had drinks and stuff sitting on boxes and stuff. And by the time the day was over, that job was clean.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Amen. Yeah.
And I can't stand that, man.
You got to be careful telling these guys to treat it like their mama's house.
Yeah, because then
some
they
of
go,
them
you've seen how my kids' rooms look. Be careful what you said.
Build your perfect lunch box for $12.
Yes, so that is exactly the next topic here, Mr. Matt. So you are going to build your perfect lunchbox for $12. When I say perfect lunchbox, I'm talking about like a boxed lunch that you would bring, or like, if your wife was going to pack it for you or something like that. This is going to be your ideal version of that lunchbox. So I will give you guys a minute or two to go through it, and then we'll talk about your perfect lunchbox. And you only got $12 on this one, by the way. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but you only got $12 for this one. Oh, and this is probably worth mentioning. I just do want to mention this to you guys. So if you look on your bonuses, if you don't have that, if you don't pick that, it means you don't have it, right? So, like, if you don't pick the ice pack, your lunch ain't going to be cold. You know what I'm saying? If you get loaded baked potato salad and you didn't get your utensils, you're eating with what God gave you. You get what I'm saying? So that's kind of your...
Oh, that was my deal.
Yeah, so I got to lay out that caveat for you. All right. So let's go ahead and see what you guys have decided is going to be your perfect lunch. And I'm being lazy today. I'm just going to stick with the same order. So Corey, let's go ahead and build you your perfect lunch box. It's coming with you. It's been sitting in the truck or sitting in your office, whatever.
Old Spider-Man lunchbox.
Yeah, the old that's something I just thought about. Now, before you answer what your contents are, you have to tell me what lunchbox it is you're taking.
Well, how about tell what lunchbox you had, your favorite one as a kid?
That works too.
That works too. That you actually did have.
Yeah, brown paper sack. So main course, I went PB&J. In my industry, if you have some barbecue leftovers or some fried chicken tenders, you're gonna have to have a nap afterwards, and it's gonna cost you a little bit of time. So I went light
or a porta potty,
depending on how long it's been left over. I went PB&J for $2. For the side, I went a pickle spear, just so that way I could have me some beef jerky and sweet tea as my snack and my drink.
Okay.
And then of course at
some
the
hot
end,
sweet tea, huh?
Yeah, it's a little warm, but hey, I won't have a sore throat. Nice remedy there.
But that's a solid little lunchbox there.
Yeah, just nothing too crazy.
You see, I can see it right now.
And then I had to go with the love note in the end, just to.
But you went over your budget.
Did I?
You only got $12. So PB&J pickle spear.
Oh, it's 12. It's not 15.
Yes,
That's right.
sir. Yes,
looks
sir.
like we're having some napkins.
No love note. Look at you trying
to sneak it in on us. He's trying to get love note on credit, guys.
He's trying to get wife is watching.
Yep, I even looked up there and saw the $12 too. So looks like I'm having napkins.
It probably made her
and
back
warm
coming
tuna.
on the deal because she's trying to answer all the phone calls right now.
She's doing all the work currently.
Well, that sounds like a solid lunch, though. I'd eat.
I'm interested in this Uncle Ty's.
Well, let's see what you got over there, Uncle
So
Ty.
I am bringing the brown paper bag.
On or off?
Jacket on. How are we
Don't start laughing like that.
I want to have some beef jerky and a bottle of water, room temperature water.
Okay.
I never have been good at keeping the ice packs cold, so I wouldn't have that anyway. Then I might have a morning snack of my favorite candy bar.
Okay.
Then I'm going to eat the beef jerky for lunch. Then I'm going to have a Little Debbie as an afternoon snack.
You got the Little Debbie anyway.
And that's it.
Yeah, you got no main thing there. Okay.
Beef jerky.
Well, okay. So
Yeah, I
you're
mean,
going to use your
just
snack as
snacking.
your main.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's old man like that. He eats a little bit throughout the whole day.
It's a little old man charcuterie you got going on.
He done went and sat and had a full breakfast at the cafe. So.
All right, now Maddie, I guess Matt still does too, but as the
know it's
person
$12,
most
right?
likely to.
Yeah.
Okay. He had 32 things on his deal.
Well, I feel like you're the most likely to pack a lunch out of the group here, like just for your kid. That's the reason why. So I feel like
his lunch gets packed, but I'm on the road all the time. There's no way.
He's been trying to get his wife to pack one since we've been here, but he says she won't do it.
She packs her lunch every day too. She ain't ever packed me one. Not a single.
How many times you packed her lunch?
Not a single.
Oh, here we go. Hey, where's that love question we had? What does it feel like to be a woman?
Yeah, there we go.
I got you. Don't worry.
So what you going with, Maddie?
For mine, I did the PB&J, just the same. For $2, I did chips. I really wanted to cheap out on that too, but I can't stand eating pickles whatsoever. So I had to go with chips as the next cheapest option. That's $3. If somebody puts a fancy cake or a fudge brownie in front of my face, that thing is gone. So I'm a Little Debbie fan. So that's my another $3 option.
That's $8.
I went with the bottled water with the flavor packet. I do that quite a bit as it is.
Okay, so there's 10.
And then I usually just use my shirts as napkins, so I picked utensils.
Okay.
That's right.
Well,
I won't need utensils for
I was about to
anything
say.
that's on here, but I mean, I just might as well.
He got them just in case.
Survivor hack.
Feeling fancy.
I mean, I dig that. I'd have probably ditched the utensils for like a granola bar or something, but I can dig it. I can dig it. Okay. So far, right now, if we're being honest, the lunch that I would probably eat the most is Corey. So we're right now, I'm going to call Corey the winner. But let's see if Matt can change things. Matt, what is your perfect packed
Dude,
lunch?
give me
here?
the ice pack, the 12-inch sandwich, and a bag of chips. Subway, baby. Let's go. I'll drink out of the water fountain or water hose if I have to, man.
And I think that's kind of why I broke it up the way I did, because I think that's a valid choice as well.
I don't need my
what I mean?
lettuce all wilted up.
No.
I mean, I'm a 12-inch sandwich. I'm expecting lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, and everything else.
Oh, it's the 12-inch of your choice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the works.
Yeah, absolutely. But not a meatball.
No.
No, nothing.
No meatballs.
No. I don't need to find the restroom after where I eat.
Worth it.
Well, maybe you'll find the restroom at this next list right here. This is the last one of these we got here, guys. So you are going to be, and it's on the back of your sheet. So if you flip it over, it's on the back. This is going to be your perfect summer vacation. So you've got some destinations, you've got some different things, but go ahead and build out your perfect summer vacation. And this one, you got $15 again. So you got back to your full budget here. We'll give you a couple of minutes and we'll be back. All right. It looks like our contestants have got their vacation plans ready.
I'll kick this thing off.
I was going to say, let me not be lazy this one time, and I'll change the order and just go straight across. So, Matt, we'll start with you. Go ahead and give us your perfect
I'm going to
vacation
take
for
it the
15
way
bucks.
that the trip goes, right? So somebody else is driving, all right? We're going to have some fast food stops on the way there, all right? And also on the way there, we might stop somewhere and have some little mini golf, the go-kart track, dude, because there's nothing better than a little competition between the family when we're going somewhere, right? Then when we get to the mountains, we're going to stay at a lake house, and we're going to be doing a fishing trip with a cooler full of sandwiches.
Sounds like a time.
Yeah, that sounds like the perfect vacation.
That sounds
for me.
pretty good. Would do. Okay, Maddie, what about you? What are you thinking?
So for the destination, I am picking a mountain cabin in Park City, Utah. So that's exactly where I want to go. I'm going to take a regular flight there because a regular flight from Dallas, Texas to Park City is only 2 hours and 40 minutes. I've taken this trip, so I know exactly what I'm doing. So that puts me at $7. Utah has an awesome scene for food, so all like the local places are awesome in Pleasant Grove, Ogden, Salt Lake, all that. So I'm just gonna eat local diners. Salt Lake's amazing, so there's always really cool concerts and shows and stuff. So that puts me at
14.
14, and I don't stay anywhere in hotels or anything unless they have continental breakfast.
We know.
So I am taking that good hotel breakfast. Even though I'm staying in a cabin, if I got to stay at a hotel or somewhere, hopefully they got breakfast or whatever. Look, you just can't get a hotel and they not have free
You're such
breakfast.
a city
man.
boy, man.
Why?
It just sounds like a city boy thing to do.
How is it?
I don't know. Anyway,
All right. Well, we got a
you know he is
slightly
from what? Sulphur Springs. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
slightly different perspective
maybe a little
now.
bougie kind of maybe.
I just don't like. So like a lot of this stuff would be considered around heat, like in the summer, and I don't want to go anywhere hot ever.
If you're staying in
Not
a
for a
mountain cabin,
vacation.
how are you gonna have a continental breakfast?
I'm hoping that they stock the cabin with free breakfast. Is
Maybe
what I'm
it's
kinda
like
hoping.
maybe it's like a group of cabins with like a main hall kind of area or
maybe
something like that, like a campground kind of deal, something like that.
Yeah, I'd rather have the privacy. Anyways, go ahead, Ty.
I feel it. Yeah, Uncle Ty. What about you? What are you thinking over there?
Well,
Staying home.
I am traveling on first class flight.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Destination, a beach resort. And I'm going to eat in a nice restaurant all week long.
Oh, so you're just going straight for luxury, huh? You're not going to do nothing else but hang out at the resort.
I'm
And
at
I
a
eat.
mean, have we
resort.
seen this picture somewhere of him on the beach with the white shirt?
I mean, but that doesn't sound bad either.
Jacket off weather.
You see it. Everybody was mad at me about the clips. And Corey, what are you thinking?
Oh man, I would have to go probably mountain cabin. I like being up there, quiet with nobody around. Road trip in a nice SUV. Nothing fancy. I hate flying. I'd rather just kind of see the sights on the way in a nice SUV, maybe a nice Denali GMC or something.
CTSV.
Yeah, there you go. So that'd work.
Get there fast.
Yeah, the little windy roads and stuff. That'd be fun. I'm gonna eat cooler sandwiches. I'm gonna take a hit on that and eat some cooler sandwiches.
They're very underrated.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
There's not a lot when the meat sticks to the bread.
I'm telling you, after it's been in there for about 6 or 7 hours, already pre-made.
Where the bread and the mayo are the same consistency. Yeah, I like it.
Amen.
I went with it too. So.
I'd have to hit the fishing trip. A lot of my family loves fishing, so we're going fishing trip.
Fly fishing?
Either or. We'll do whatever. I like bass fishing, but
I like catching fish.
Just whatever. No matter what it is.
Well, we catch them.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then of course, that left me with $3. I'm like, well, what better way to spend it than make the kids behave, right? So,
I'm not even taking the kids. We said vacation.
Amen.
Yeah,
that's a trip. Whenever you take the kids, it's a trip. Whenever you go with your wife, it's a vacation.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I'm going to take everybody, I'm going to take all 4 of these guys, 3 different answers. I'm going to put them all up on social media, and y'all give me we're going to do it as a group. So all 3 of their different conglomerates of answers there. Y'all tell me who you think had the best showing here on the budget battle, and they will be our first ever budget battle champion. All right, guys. Well, we're going to move on into our second game here. And so if you want to keep your scratch paper, you can, just so you can make some little notes or anything like that. Don't necessarily have to. But what this one is going to be, this is going to be our pole position game, guys. So this is going to be pole position. There is actually no visual cue. So a thing I had noticed is that everything we've been doing so far was made pretty much exclusively for the video watcher. So I wanted to make a game this week for the folks that just listen audio only. You don't have to have a visual in front of you as well. So
you know what I noticed?
Yeah.
Since we started doing our filming on Wednesday, that we hadn't had no walk-ins.
Okay. All right, so guys, this is going to be our pole position game. So basically, I have got a bunch of surveys from YouGov, it's like YouGov.com or something like that. But anyway, it's just a bunch of random polls. So I've got a whole bunch of these. We're just going to kind of go through it here. And we're just going to see who can get the closest to the percentage of these poll answers. So it's be like, I'll give you an example here. This one I think kind of stinks, so I'm not going to do it. So what percentage of Americans believe ghosts exist? So you would just give me a percentage of how many Americans you think believe that statement, okay? And we're going to see who can get the closest. Whoever gets the closest, and you can go over, it doesn't matter.
You believe in ghosts?
I believe it goes, yeah, of course.
Well, you'd be one of the 41% of Americans who believe that.
I was literally going to say 42%.
There you
I was
go.
going to say 41%.
There you go.
Was that the answer?
I said 41, so that was the answer, 41%.
Oh,
So that's the way
like
it's going
70.
Yeah, I was thinking more.
But that's the way it'll go,
I
guys.
tell you how scared I get around ghosts.
Here we go.
Matt's weekly phobia list here.
Yeah.
All right. So again, we're just going to kind of go through this, and we'll see who at the end. And then at the end, the very last round, I'm going to let you gamble your points. So however many points you accrue, you can gamble those, and at the very end, we'll crown a winner. Okay. So let's go ahead and start here, and we'll stay in the same lane since it seems like Matt liked this one, and we'll start with Matt. Matt, what percentage of Americans say they have personally encountered a ghost?
Did y'all just say this?
No.
No, it's a slight bit different.
I mean,
It's slightly
believe in ghosts.
Which say they have personally encountered. The first one was believe. This one is personally
17%.
17% for Mr. Matt. All right, Matty?
So 42% or 41% believe in ghosts. So a small percentage of the 42%. I'm going to say 23%.
23% from Matty. Uncle Ty?
I really wanted to go last.
$1.
I was going to ask if that's how it works.
That's how it worked last week on the
No. This isn't. This is like if it's the last one. If he'd have said 42%, he would have been the closest.
Okay,
like
we're going closest.
So it's just
I'm gonna
closest.
say 30%.
30%. Okay.
I'm going to go with
Ghost encounters?
Yeah, I'm going to go with a little bit more. I'm going to say 25%. Just to keep it nice.
That's lower.
25%.
Did you say more?
Yeah, than you. I'm gonna say that.
Oh, more than me.
than you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a little bit more people believe than you did.
All right. Matt and Maddie are right in the middle. I'm not going to remind y'all of your answers because that would make it too easy. So y'all are literally equidistant. So I can either give y'all both points or y'all can go again. Y'all's decision.
Go again.
We'll take the points.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll take the
Y'all
points.
take the points? All right.
What was the answer?
It's 20%.
20%.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can remember what you had.
I had 23. You said 17. So
That's just
Yeah,
20.
that's why I said
Yeah.
take the points. I can remember what you had.
I was waiting for you to see what you're gonna say because if you're gonna say 19, I was like, it's 20, baby. I know how to do math.
All right. So both of y'all will receive 1 point. All right. And we will move on to the next one. This time, Mr. Corey, we're going to start with you. What percent of Americans believe that humans and dinosaurs once lived on the planet at the same time?
Too many. I would say let's go a good 35%.
35% from Mr. Corey. Okay. Uncle Ty?
Humans and dinosaurs
At the same time. These are your average everyday Americans.
Do you remember back then?
I'm trying to.
I was gonna say that was when he was little, right?
I don't know. I think it's higher.
Do you believe that people?
No, he said I did.
He said, I'm walking proof.
I want to say, what did you say, Corey?
I said 35.
I don't know. I'm going to say 28.
28% for Uncle Ty. Maddie?
Dude, I don't know. This is hard. There's so many.
It's like you want to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, it's like I hope it's like really low.
I hope it's like 4%.
Yeah. I'm
Neanderthal-
gonna say
Neanderthals?
22%.
22% for Mr. Maddie. Okay, and Matt?
36%.
36%. Survey says 41%. So Mr. Matt
That's too many.
will take his second point. And yes, so 41%
Benefit
of
going last
people.
leg. We got to think about it. Neanderthals, cavemen. I mean, you think they were after dinosaurs?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Have you seen those runs where they got the little
Don't
things with
start
little
the conspiracy
holes?
stuff right now.
No, this ain't
man.
conspiracies. No,
How many points did Matt get for that?
1.
Take it away.
I got 2 points. Just sit your count there.
So on the next question, y'all keep your opinions to yourself until it's your turn.
We threw them off a little bit.
Well, here, what about this one? And this time we're going to start with you, Corey, and go this way where Ty ends it here. So, what percentage of Americans are very or somewhat very confident that they could safely land a passenger airplane in an emergency with a little help from air traffic control?
Oh, yeah, 5%.
Yeah.
People aren't confident.
Okay, so 5%.
There's Matt. He's one of the 5%. Yes, he could.
Matt, what about you?
Influencer.
What do you think?
56%.
56%.
They don't have hand controls in the planes. There's no way.
Oh, really?
It don't
Well,
automatically
this
land
isn't
itself.
if you can. This is people that think that they can.
Dude,
You get what I'm saying?
Before, man. I can land
you
one.
you are the problem.
He said, I played Microsoft Simulator.
Yeah. You just slow it down and glide that baby in, baby. Look for the clear path.
I just like, take
You
my
couldn't
jacket
even
off,
tell me the book.
Jacket off. Oh my gosh. I'm saying 9%.
9%.
Parachute on, parachute off, right?
Maddie. Okay, and Uncle Ty.
What'd you say?
9.
9?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm way closer than y'all, man.
Percentage of Americans that
What'd you
think
say,
they could
5?
land a
5.
plane in an
Dude,
emergency.
go 10.
9.
50 something.
What'd you say?
56.
That's like 90% of
56.
people won't even sit in the emergency exit,
Right.
let alone.
If your choice to land it, do you think you can land it?
There's a lot of people that are just terrified of flying.
Fantastic.
I want to say 25.
25% for Uncle Ty. Do my tabulating.
Between me and you.
No, it's not even close. Uncle Ty going to take home the point on this one. 32% of Americans feel that they could safely land a passenger airplane with a little bit of help from the air traffic control. Okay, well, here's kind
Too
of
much faith in people, I guess.
That's just people's confidence, I guess.
All right, so I got 3 more, and they're all fight related here. So it's going to be different animals. Okay, so
You'd be good at this one, Tyson.
and this time we're going to start with Maddie and wrap around over to Matt. So, Maddie,
leg.
what percentage of Americans think they could beat a rat in an unarmed fight? How many?
Like they
could
don't have
beat-
arms?
No,
Why are you
no
always
weapon.
making handicap questions?
No
Come on, man.
weapons, no weapons, no swords, no guns, no.
Literally should be. This has to be like 97%.
97%.
Just stop it out, right?
Okay.
Bro, if you've seen the way these girls act whenever a rat comes into the room,
That's true too.
they ain't even going to get close to it.
Okay. Uncle Ty, what you thinking?
Grown men.
Just how many people can beat a rat up?
No.
You aren't jumping the
sounds so
rat with
simple.
other people.
There he is, get him.
What percent of Americans think they could beat a rat in an unarmed fight? So you don't have a gun, you don't have a knife. It's
Master
just
Splinter?
you mano a mano. What God
yeah.
gave you versus what God gave him.
If it's Splinter, you don't stand a chance.
What'd you say, Manny?
I said 97%.
I'm going to say 60.
60%.
Yes,
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Okay, Corey, what you thinking?
I'm going to go 70.
70. And Mr. Matt,
For the point, 59%.
59%. All right, we've got our first point on the board for Corey. So Corey on the board. He guessed 70%, actual retail price 72. So right underneath of
That
it,
is
man.
sad.
72% of Americans believe they could beat a rat in an unarmed fight. So
28% don't believe they could beat a rat.
That's insane.
okay. Gentlemen, what percent of Americans think they could beat a kangaroo in an unarmed fight? Matt, this time we're going to start with you. How many what percent of Americans think they could beat a kangaroo in an unarmed fight?
Dude, it's a big rat. Or is it deer? They look like a deer, right?
No, they're marsupials.
Okay, elaborate.
They have a pocket.
Possum.
Okay. He said possums.
Well, that
think
is.
he is. It's a
It
marsupial.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's right.
It's like them and wombats.
A possum have a pocket?
Yeah.
Really? Huh. What's
Never
the question
heard,
again?
never heard of a possum pocket? Never heard of a possum pocket?
Hey, you
like
said
something
I
you
was
got
being
offline.
dirty on the podcast. We were talking about possum pockets and stuff. Come on, man. What percent of Americans think they could beat a kangaroo in an unarmed fight?
7.
7%. Okay. Maddie?
This is probably way. The actual number is probably way too high, but I think it should be like 26%.
26%. Okay. Uncle Ty?
8.
8%. And Corey?
I'm going to tell you, people have been pretty confident from the last couple ones, so I'm going to say 38%.
38%. All right. By a percentage difference of 1%, Uncle Ty is going to take this one.
Dude, you
14% of Americans think they could take on a kangaroo.
Me and him both got 2, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Uncle Ty has 2. Maddie has 1, and Corey has 1. And I said I was going to do 3 about fighting stuff, but let's go. Let's switch it here. Let's switch it up
like
a little
these.
bit.
These are
Let's go
fun.
different. Let's see. Here's an interesting one. Well, I didn't even know this was on the list. I missed it on the list. Let's go ahead and go here.
You want to run that by me first before you say it?
This one's a little. This one's back from 2013, so this could be a little outdated. But
What
we're going to run
percentage
with
of the
what we
world is
got.
handicapped?
What percentage believe the moon landing was faked? What percent of Americans
guys.
think the moon landing is faked? So,
Corey.
again, this is from a little while
Fake or
back.
real?
Yeah.
Corey, let's go ahead and start with you, brother. What you taking?
Let's say too many people for sure probably believe it's fake. But let's say 68%.
68%.
What do you think?
Okay.
Me, I don't know. I think it's a lot to stage and a lot of people to fool. And
Yeah.
this is too much. I feel like they probably at some point, they're building these rocket ships and spending all this money and blasting off. How much are they spending on faking it?
40%.
40% for Matt. Okay. Maddie?
I haven't got to go last yet.
Oh, okay. Ty?
You didn't change it when I cried.
I get it on the next one for you.
No, I
but
got
this
the
is my
number.
last
I got
one.
the number. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So I'm going to change it. 51%.
51%. Okay. Now, Uncle Ty.
39.
39%. And for the second time in a row, Uncle Ty swipes in, takes the points right out of Matt's possession. 7%, guys. Only 7% of Americans thought that the moon landing was fake.
You know, I think
Whoa, I've
so.
heard
Apparently
way
they
more
had-
people than that.
So here's the
Way
deal.
bigger than that.
The
They
amount of
haven't
people
been
I
on
hear-
TikTok.
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
telling
just
you.
picking at Matt when I went one under him. But I would have said a very low number because I believe this. We think, everybody thinks it's a flat earth and it didn't land on the moon because those people are barking loud.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people that are not conspiracy theorists.
Right.
A lot more than
Yeah,
are
you're right.
not.
You're right.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yes, that means I need to change the YouTube videos. I
Yeah,
watch.
it's like my
I hear too
algorithm
many-
is so messed
I hear
up.
too many people talking about how this and that.
I got off TikTok a couple years ago because
Yeah.
it started swaying the way I think. I'm like, dude, this ain't right. But
Yeah.
they got a valid point.
Say-
I was like, I had to delete it off my phone because I would spend hours in the nighttime just from one rabbit hole after another,
Yeah,
you know,
for
with
sure.
the
That's why I quit
flat
watching the
earthers and all
news.
that stuff.
And
man.
it is. They're programming us.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got one more thing because remember I told you there's a betting aspect to this at the back end as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply everybody's points by 5 just to give us a little bit more room to work with here, okay? So Matt, you currently have 10 points. Maddie, 5 points. Uncle Ty, 15 points. Corey, 5 points. So what I'm going to need you guys to do, and I need you to write it down. So use your scratch paper or whatever. Write down your bet, the amount that you are going to bet of your points here, and whoever gets the closest is going to win that entire pool. That entire pool.
So like if Matt bets all 10 of his points.
Yep.
You multiply it by 5?
No. So y'all are all going to contribute to a pool here, okay? It's kind of like almost like you're playing poker. You're putting it into the pot.
I'm all
Whoever wins takes the pot.
If I don't go all in, is there a store I can spend the money on afterwards?
Yeah.
Give me a hat or something with my 5 points.
So it's a chance that Uncle Ty, you could really wipe everybody out because right now you're
I'm
the
all in
leader.
thinking I'm
Or
smarter
Maddie
than
or
y'all.
Matt, or Maddie or Corey could come back and win.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and ask everybody. So
$1.
Matt, what's your bid?
10.
You're going to go all in?
Risk it for the biscuit. Let's go.
All right. Maddie, what are you going to bet?
I'm all in. I'm
All
shoving.
in?
Yeah.
Okay. Uncle Ty.
I was going to go $1 so they wouldn't have 10, but there's 10 and 10 is 20.
You lose.
So I'm going to go $1.
$1. Okay. And Corey, what are you willing to bet?
I'm going all in too.
All in.
All $5?
I need all 5.
Yeah.
All right, so that gives us what, 10, 15, so $21 in the bucket here, guys. So yeah,
Going
pretty
down,
much
Uncle Ty.
whoever gets this right will walk it off and win. I might have to retweak the rules on this for the next time we do it for a little bit better. But anyway, let's go ahead and do this. What percentage of Americans believe that aliens definitely exist?
Make him go first.
What percent of Americans definitely believe aliens exist?
Is this a buzzer?
I think the
Uncle Ty-
highest points down goes first.
I think that's a good idea. So, Uncle Ty, we will start with you.
50%.
50%. Next highest would be Matt. So, Matt.
49%.
49%. All right. Corey, we'll give you the catbird seat. So, Maddie, you go ahead and tell me.
I don't get to go last.
45%.
Oh, really?
All right.
Oh,
Corey,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
everybody's separated by less
What'd
than
you say?
5% here.
62?
You went for
62%.
Oh, you blew it all away. He wins.
62%. All
You
right,
should have went
guys.
47.
I should have right over the top of them.
Yeah, right under.
We are going to have to do another round as we are split right in the middle. Actual retail price, 56%. So Uncle Ty at 50 and Corey at 62.
We'll split the points.
No, you're not splitting the points. You are not. So what this is going to do, this will be for the championship. No, you're not splitting the points. This is the final round. This is overtime. This is overtime. So you don't get to split at this point. So we're going to do another one. It's going to be between you two guys. And y'all are going to tell me what you think. So, gentlemen.
You need to be on it.
What percent of people believe Paul McCartney died in 1966 and was replaced by a lookalike? Again, what percent believe Paul McCartney of the Beatles fame died in 1966 and was secretly replaced by a lookalike? Uncle Ty, we're going to start with you on this one.
Hey, he was the Beatles, by the way.
5%. I used to run around with it.
5%. Well, gentlemen, if we're going to be honest with each other, game over. 5% is the exact right answer.
Oh, my.
5% of Americans believe Paul McCartney died in 1966 and was secretly replaced by a lookalike.
Totally
So
rigged.
Uncle Ty right on the button is going to take the pole position.
Is that why Uncle Ty left for 10 minutes before the?
Yeah. He got the cheat sheet.
The cheat sheet.
I gave him the answer sheet for sure.
Had to go study.
No, he just knew everybody back then.
He's like, I wrote the statistics.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I got one final thing.
You're coming home with me.
Well, this is just going to be a discussion, so there's no winning on this one, guys. But from what I knew even before we got here, Corey was a proud member of our U.S. Army, and again, we appreciate your service.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you very
Yes, sir.
much. So what I did is I did a little bit of a military-themed take one. So for the guys that were here last week, y'all know I'm going to pop 4 things up on the TV over here, and you're going to choose which one you prefer. So let's go ahead and start with the big guns quite literally here. So we have got your select piece of U.S. military issued weaponry. Now, I know these may not look exact. I just kind of had to Google and find whatever best photo I could of whatever different stuff. But so you've got the M4A1, pretty common rifle. M16A4 may be the only, or the M16, whatever variant, may be the only more common rifle from that period of time. You've got the XM25 as well. That is a light machine gun. And then you've got the M14, what is it, something battle rifle? What is it?
Yeah, it's an EBR. It's a sniper rifle, pretty much.
Yeah, so it's going to be like your marksman type kind of thing.
So you're a gun guy, Corey?
I like guns. I definitely, I had one strapped to my chest for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Kind of get used to it.
So, but if you're out stomping around and you're,
Sickville's a rough place.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Had to take one to school every morning.
So we'll start with you, Corey, since you are again the fine military veteran of the group here. Where
am I going to be with this gun? Is this just to hang around the house with? Or
Man, this is just yours to have. Like,
Man, you're next step. You're going hog hunting.
I don't know, man. If the XM250 was available, that'd be pretty nice. I like long range stuff, so I'd probably take the M14. I'm very familiar with the M4, and that's what I carried. And a great gun, but I definitely would probably choose the M14. Just a little further away if it was.
Yeah, I'm on the same lines with you, the M14, because Taylor reminds me every week that I can't get away very fast and everything. So I want to hit them from a long distance. Give me plenty of time to hide. When they come, if I miss, they come looking for me.
That'll get you a spray and pray there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what about you guys? And remember, this is what Matt told me before the podcast started.
I think you're fat. Yeah. It's just my opinion. I'm not bullying you. I'm just giving you I think you're ugly. I think you're fat. I think you're stupid.
So that's Matt. That's a direct quote from Matt. So Maddie, what are you thinking over here?
This is hard.
Maddie's a gun guy.
Yeah, I'm a big gun
He's got guns.
Let's not disclose all of my stuff.
Never mind.
And here's the picture of his gun.
These are actually mine. Yeah, I was going to say, I just went to Maddie's house and took pictures. But.
I mean, the EBR is kind of a dream gun for me, but I have to think realistically. I've got a few versions of the M4A1, I'd say. I mean, civilian versions of the M4A1. I just have to say that. I feel like
he's really up to date on his gun laws. He got in a heated debate last week.
I'm just trying to make sure nobody catches felonies. That's the only thing I was trying to help out with. But anyways, I'd probably take the M4.
Okay. Uncle Ty, what about you?
I think I'm going with the XM250.
That's probably the most fun.
I figured you'd go for the slingshot.
He's already got one of those.
Yeah, I have a slingshot.
Why don't you ever say stuff like that directly into the mic?
I do have a slingshot.
All right. So it seems like everybody's, kind of got their own decision. Oh, well, Uncle Ty, you didn't say yours. I'm sorry. I just started talking over you. What
He said the 250.
The 250.
Oh, did you? Oh, you did say
I said the
250. I'm
250.
sorry.
I like the long range rifle.
Sure.
But sometimes I'm not that good at
Yeah.
shot.
He said he just wants to pull up and pull the trigger.
So if you get within range, I'll just spray you.
Yeah.
So fun fact that absolutely.
He said jacket off.
No, he didn't.
That's going to be a staple.
Oh, man. So, fun little fact that nobody cares about Taylor. That's the one thing I do left-handed. My right eye didn't develop all the way before I was born. What? I shoot left-handed.
With your jacket on or off?
I was going to say, that's called a stranger, Taylor.
That's called good
This podcast isn't coming out. Whole thing is just.
I shoot left-handed. I shoot guns left-handed. I shoot guns left-handed. All right, so moving on to our next one here before anybody else gets themselves in any trouble. All right, guys, we have got military vehicles. So this is just going to be one that you can keep at the house. You can drive it in a parade or whatever you want to say, but it is yours. You own it. So you've got, and I kind of went, air, sea, and ground here. So you've got your Black Hawk helicopter, which of course is maybe the most famous of all the helicopters here. You got the Humvee over here, just regular old H1 style. You got the M1 Abrams tank, maybe not the most famous tank, but one of the cooler tanks that's ever been out there. Then you've got the LCVP, and these are the things that they would take in like land on the beaches. Like I'm pretty sure they took these like Normandy and stuff and landed up on the beach. So you've got like almost a full platform.
Brady wants
type
to know, does it have a
boat,
live scope on it or not?
Do they allow those in
Is there a Garmin on it?
Well, let's start with you, Maddie. What do you think? Which of these are you going to take? And again, this is just for your own collection. It's running. It's working. You can do whatever you want with it as long as it's within legal bounds,
I always wanted like an actual Humvee, but since Black Hawk is up there, I'm probably taking the Black Hawk.
Man, there's so many movies about Black Hawk Down. Like
there's one
I'm in
for
a-
sure.
Oh, it's just one.
I know that would be awesome.
Does that come with pilot?
You
or-
mentioned
Does it come with?
you mentioned taking it on
apparently
a
51% of people think they could.
They can fly.
Land a plane.
that's true.
Helicopter's easier.
I mean, you mentioned like taking it in a parade. I would love to ruin parades with a Black Hawk. Just
Over the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade, you
Yeah.
see all the balloons go crazy. Okay. So Black Hawk for you. All right. What about you, Matt? What are you taking?
Give me the Humvee, man, with hand controls. Taylor. Okay, so I can drive it.
All right. What about you, Corey? Have you been in any of these things?
Yeah, so I've actually been in pretty much all of them except for the LCVP. I've never been in one of those, but I was a Cav Scout, so I got to ride in the Bradleys. I actually drove the Bradleys quite a bit, and we were kind of really close with the tanker. I won't say close, but our
You talking about a tank here?
yeah, the tankers. The Bradley is actually it's a more or less like a tank, but it's basically like a light armored fighting vehicle. It's not necessarily, it doesn't have the big tank on it. It has just a 30 millimeter Bushmaster gun on it. So,
Okay.
but those they're very similar. Them ones are a lot bigger. But I've been in and out of tanks and around them a lot. So as much as Black Hawk would be really fun, and Humvees are they're crap, man. I'm good with the Humvee. I'm out. I would say I want somebody to be sitting in their office in downtown Dallas and just go to shaking, and it's me driving that M1 Abrams down the road, running over the guy that's cutting me off.
Yeah, I don't think you're getting cut off with that. Yeah. That guy in that F-350 definitely.
So you
ain't
have
gonna cut
road
you off
rage.
in that.
No, I wouldn't say all
Not
that.
when he's in his Abrams.
I wouldn't.
What about you, Uncle Ty? What you getting behind?
I got to go with the Black Hawk, man. That's
I mean, you got the hair for it, man. Would you do
Hog
the
hunting.
goggles on or goggles off?
I'm never going to live this down. I'm just going to stop. All right. Last one here for you guys, and this might be a bad memory for you, Corey, and I am sorry. But I looked up the most popular flavors of MRE, so I tried to find at least the best ones here for you guys.
Well, you got the best one in there. So.
All right, so we are going to go.
The chili and mac.
Y'all
Chili mac,
choose,
baby, all the way.
y'all choose your favorite MRE here. You got the chili mac, as we said. We've got the beef ravioli. You got the pork sausage patty with maple flavored whatever else in there, and then the pepperoni pizza slice. So you guys go. Well, Corey, we'll go ahead and start with you and let you kind of explain to us why.
The chili mac, it was definitely the best tasting.
Was there a train going on, like to get the chili mac from different people?
Oh yeah, no question. Especially like when you had a half-eaten box of MREs and you get in there first and you grab the one everybody wants, and they're like, "Well, look."
Did y'all ever you watch these movies and stuff and they're playing cards? Did you ever play poker with food rations and stuff?
Everything, not just food rations. But yeah, we did a bunch of things we probably shouldn't have done over. But yeah, no, definitely. That was regular is trading out for the MREs or trying to get the good one. We actually got in trouble at one point because we were actually arguing over who was getting what. So, that definitely is a common thing that happens is the MRE flavors.
Yeah.
And then you'll have just a box of the crappy ones. And, then it's a game to see who has to eat the crappy ones with paper, scissors, rock. So,
Yeah.
What's the worst one?
Man, the one that I think the pork sausage patty up there, it says maple flavor, but I don't think there is any flavor in there.
Okay. What about you, Matt? What do you think?
Dude, the chili mac is like goulash. I'm a goulash fan, so
it is.
bring it to me.
Okay. Uncle Ty, what about you?
I'm probably the same, but I don't know. I've never eaten any of them.
The raviolis aren't
the
that
beef
bad.
ravioli, I would think might be pretty decent.
They're good,
too.
yeah.
And it looks
not
like there's
red,
more
though.
of it. Looks like there's a lot of ravioli there compared to the chili mac.
Yeah,
A ravioli to meat ratio, you're talking
they got this one off in a bowl, like we've got plates and stuff over there. We're eating out of
Yeah,
a,
you're eating out of a bag.
just
That's
rip it
true.
off the top and eat. I think that was another thing too. Is like you didn't have to warm up the chili mac. You could just eat it real quick, pop the package open. It was really good already. You didn't
Because
have
our
to
room temperature. Well, it's hot there, right? So
eat hot or it's either that or room temperature.
and what's the temperature there when you're there?
Well, actually, it's
The
funny is
average.
You'd be wearing during the day. It'd be 130 ish in the middle for a majority of the
Oh,
time.
wow,
I'll
that
say it's like
hot.
130, but it's dry. They say that a lot. It's dry. It's not really. We're wearing pants and long sleeves and stuff, so it's not too crazy. It's hot. It's like not as bad as Texas because it's not like breathtaking, but it's definitely hot there. Everything you touch is warm. You definitely have to wear gloves half the time just to be able to handle anything metal. But
Hopping on that Bradley too.
Oh
right?
yeah, it's all hot. Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
And it's reactive armor. So, but with the nighttime coming in, it'd be 75 degrees. So at that point, you need a jacket on. So we'd be walking around there with our jackets, our big puff jackets and stuff on.
That's 75 degrees?
75 degrees. Yeah, just because it would be so hot, 130 during the day that it'd get nighttime and you'd just be shivering, chilling.
Oh, wow.
During the daytime, you were not wearing a jacket.
Yeah, we were jacket off at that point.
Well, that's it for me. Oh well, you didn't answer. So what was your choice?
I've
man?
had a couple of those too. I've got Marine nephews, and we all like go out and train and shoot together and stuff. And they've definitely made me try.
So
a couple of these
are the
things.
food rations the same from branch to branch?
I don't know. I think they use the same.
they are.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I just knew the Army, but yeah, I think they're the same brand.
Do they use the same guns like the Marines versus the Army guys?
I think they slightly use it, but I know the M4 is pretty widely used across the board. But I think a lot of the guys that I was seeing in the Marines were using M16s, where we had moved to M4s already. But I think my MOS kind of, we were a more CQB style MOS. So
what was that?
Close quarters battling, we did a lot more of that kind of stuff. So they had us with the M4s, but
Door kicking.
yeah, door kicking stuff. That was the MOS. Door kicking is the MOS in Iraq, so you didn't really have a
That's
job.
crazy.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, definitely.
You throw a flash grenade in there when you kick it in?
Me personally, we just throw them in training. I didn't. I stayed on the gun a lot of times in the truck. Whenever I did,
That's probably the scariest spot.
yeah, I mean, yes and no. I mean, the action is where where it's happening at in the door, but pulling the perimeter sometimes can be. I mean, you're wanting to focus inwards and look at everybody doing what they're doing, but you got to keep your eyes outwards, and I think that's what's
My
hard.
son was in the Air Force and did 2 tours of Afghanistan.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And it is, I've always had a lot of respect for the military and people who serve
Yes,
our
sir.
country.
Yes, sir.
But I never have really thought about it in depth until my son went over there.
For sure.
And it is, I can't imagine, I was, nowadays with Facebook and technology,
For sure.
I could communicate with my son pretty regularly.
Well, how old was you when your
Shut
dad's
up.
stuff was? No, it's a serious question, man. How old was you when, like, you said your dad was in Vietnam, right?
No.
Oh, how old was you? No, because talking about his respect for military, when people were coming back from Vietnam, I mean, there was no respect for the
I have
veterans.
cousins that were in Vietnam.
I mean, do you remember that time period? I mean, yourself? I mean, was you old enough to remember?
I remember when some of my cousins came back from Vietnam.
Right.
And they were not very popular people.
Really?
Yeah.
That sucks, man.
It sucks really bad. But
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't imagine in Vietnam or the wars prior to that, from a parent's perspective, your kid goes up here and enlists in the military and goes off to Vietnam or wherever.
For sure.
And you don't hear from them for months. And then you finally get a letter.
Yep.
Now, there was a movie about, I think it was the Vietnam, just came out here in the last couple of years, about the letters and stuff. I don't know if it's Vietnam or not. I can't remember.
My dad served in Vietnam.
But there was a blockade of all the letters that people were sending out and stuff. And I think a black regiment, if I remember the movie correctly, a black regiment come in. It could have been World War II. I don't remember. But a black regiment come in to get their whole thing was to get these letters back home and letters back to these soldiers and stuff, because it go months to years during that war. They weren't hearing from anybody. It could have been World War One. I don't remember. But it was a movie that came out. It was actually a pretty good movie.
On both sides of that, it's important for us to get that morale. When we're over there, that was, I think, one of the biggest things is getting to call home or getting to.
So
get
how did y'all do that? I mean, you weren't obviously allowed to have your cell phone, so you're getting pinged by the enemy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess nowadays they just do the international plan, and a lot of times they have jammers and stuff on the base. But we use the MWRs, and we would just go there and make the phone calls. They have these little little Connex set up, a little booth at it in the phones. So they're like payphone style. And then I think one time on the FOB we were on over FOB Kalsu over just south of Baghdad, they had a one computer with the video that we could actually video call. And we had to basically register for that, go in there and sign up for it. And then we have a certain time we could use it from when we got there, which that was cool. But, majority of our communications were all just either letter or phone. And I would have to call them. They didn't have a number to call.
So I'm guessing when you was over in Baghdad, you didn't find that star portal that you see that
they're
talking about
on
TikTok. You know what I'm talking about, Maddie? Yeah. And we'll get to these little questions here. I think we're all going to got some questions for you here, and we'll take it for however long it takes. We got about 10, 15 minutes. We'll cut it off. But if you could change one core personality trait about yourself, what would it be?
Oh man, one core. I guess you would consider that like.
We'll take turns on these questions. We'll just go and run this way. Yeah.
I guess. Man, I don't know about that one. I kind of, I'm pretty sufficient in where I'm at now. The things that I felt like I needed to change, I've kind of worked on changing those. I would say, the biggest thing for me was my time with my family. That was a big thing. Just making the effort to spend the time.
And I think you get that from being a business owner, right?
Exactly. I guess priorities was what it was for me. My core values is.
You said you started the company at 15, right?
2015. So I started the company at 22 years old. I got out of the military within a year.
So you're like 12 years into it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, for sure. So
the first, I know for me, that was the biggest struggle when I started my company. I had a young family, and it was learning at dinner time, put that phone down.
For sure. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, prioritizing my time, I guess, would be one. And I've done that more recently, with the help of my wife, to prioritize my,
especially when you get involved, you get your wife involved, now they call your wife and let's see how she handles it.
Exactly. For sure.
Go ahead.
So mine is, if you could participate in one historical event, what would it be?
Oh man, so I'm a real big. I love war. The Army was a big part. I love growing up watching Black Hawk Down. Have you ever seen that movie?
Of course.
I've always dreamed of being. And
that's why you like the EBR so much.
It's probably morbid. Yeah, I don't know if it's a morbid thing or not, but I would love to be in that moment and just see what those guys seen and felt what those guys felt. Just to. I guess experience it more or less. I know it was traumatizing, terrifying, but those are the kind of things I like for some reason. I don't know why, but I would say that one.
That would be one.
You want to be on the first class flight to a beach somewhere, right?
That's one of the first things that I hope I don't have to.
Yes.
Good.
Amen.
I'm thankful for you guys like you, though.
Go ahead, Ty.
My turn?
Oh yeah.
Oh. So would you say that you embrace change or fight it?
Both. I definitely, I spent a long time fighting change. I love to be comfortable in whatever I'm doing, and I love routine, structure that comes with the military. But I've also learned that sometimes that structure has to change for the better of yourself or the better of your company or the better of your family or whatever the case. So for a long time I fought change, but I think, like I said, a lot more recently now I'm kind of starting to embrace it and know that, especially, in my faith as a Christian, the world turns in seasons. So, every change is inevitable. You've got to be able to take change. Especially, like I said, I've learned it a lot with my company, with my family. Change is something that comes whether you want it to or not. So you either embrace it or spend your time fighting it, one of the two. So, but I would say embrace more than anything.
What are your biggest challenges right now? So as a business owner, as a dad, you got a daughter that's a cheerleader to Kemp High School. Right, Shout out to them.
Yeah, we got 6 kids together between me and my wife.
Yeah. So what's your biggest challenges right now that you're dealing with? It can be business, personally.
I would say, finding that focus between both, finding that good medium between being a good present father and then also being a good business owner. Right. And then, of course, we spend a lot of time with our church, helping out. We have what they call Fuel City for the kids.
Give a shout out to your church. Where you
Yes, sir. KC3, Kaufman County Christian Center, a great place. We love it there. I'm part of the worship group, and me and my wife help out with the youth there. We love the place. It's very family oriented. There's a place for your kids to go while you go be able to do your thing, and actually focus and get the word. So, we love it there at KC3. Shout out to them. But finding that balance between everything, and doing it all good enough for everybody. I think that's a constant thing that everybody struggles with owning a business, or even just with daily life. Is finding that balance between everything, that good triangle.
Yeah, good answer.
I really like this question. If you could time travel, what is one piece of advice that you would give younger you?
man, don't stress. God provides for sure. I think I would have probably got a little heavier in my faith a lot earlier. The answers I was looking for when I was younger were there in front of me the whole time. The answers for business, the answers for my family, the answers for life in general for me. They're all there in the book. So I would tell myself, hey, just lean a little heavier on your word and your faith, and use that to run your life, not just yourself. So
that's good.
What would your walk-up music be?
Oh man, that'd be a good one. I don't know. That's a hard one. We always spend our time, as you was mentioning earlier, the Stone Cold Steve Austin rollout. That's whenever you ask that, that's what I picture. Like, who am I walking out to? But I would have to say, man, I'm right in the middle. Something bouncy, I guess. Something hyped. I can't think of anything right off the top of the head that really pops into mind.
Well, you think about that. We might come back to that.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you an introvert or extrovert?
Oh man. I would say now I'm an extrovert with introverted tendencies.
Yeah.
I like to talk to people. I like to, especially with the job that I have, a big part of it is getting into the homes and making people know, like, and trust you. And you can't do that if you don't, put yourself out there for them to know, like, and trust.
I got a back-to-back question on this. Half full, half empty?
Half full every time.
Yeah,
most definitely. Yes, sir. Yeah,
positive outlook.
Yeah, the cup should be overflowing though. Most definitely always helpful. I try to look positively at all situations. I got a problem with a job. Well, at least I have a job. You know what I mean? It could always be worse for sure. And I'm sure, like, everybody here at the table, we've been in troubling times and bad situations, and where we've turned out now is a lot better than where we were. So, right. Cup half full always.
That's awesome.
What is your go-to conspiracy theory?
Oh man, the one I hear the most of and the one I laugh at, and that I guess I would believe is more true than not is the conspiracies about the government. And them controlling everything, and
that's not conspiracy. That's just true.
Exactly, precisely. I don't know. A fun one, Bigfoot. Who knows? You know what I mean? Who knows what's out there for sure?
He's very elusive.
I'm telling you, he is. Yeah, and so are the aliens. Supposedly. So
those are just real. They release files on that, and that's not even conspiracy theory anymore.
And then that would go back to the government releasing files. Is that a conspiracy?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
To throw you off.
I'm telling you real quick.
What's your spirit animal?
My spirit animal. I'm a bear.
What are you laughing at, Taylor?
I resemble that comment.
Okay.
I would say spirit animal's a bear. I'm gonna be on the totem pole, big old bear for sure.
What's one thing that just totally blows your mind?
I would say maybe social media nowadays. And the ability to reach people. He was mentioning earlier, I guess, the letters, and how long it took to communicate with people, and now, how quick and how much time we spend on our devices each day, how that's altered everybody's mental state. So,
how much time we spend on a podcast?
A couple hours, right, for sure. It's crazy and blows my mind that, when I was younger, 10 years old or so, there wasn't any of this. It wasn't easy to get online, or we were dialing up. You know what I mean? So the quickness that it's all happened, within 20, 30 years or so, and getting to see that, and then getting to think back on how, I remember the times where we didn't, we were communicating with AOL and Messenger and all that fun stuff. And now people laugh at you if you don't have Facebook Messenger.
Matt used pagers, and Uncle Ty had smoke signals.
Exactly. So. That's what I'm saying. We've got generations here of different communication. But, and also how that's helped our businesses, and how it's helped the ability for people to own a business. And get it out there. So, one of the many things in this world that blows my mind, for sure.
Right, for sure. I'm good. I ain't got any more.
Oh, I know Uncle Todd's got some more.
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
Y'all ready to get out of here?
I've got one for you if you want to.
Oh, let's
just
go,
one
man.
last. You got time for one last one?
For sure.
I saw this one. I thought it was kind of funny. So, This is what would you rather question. Would you rather have to end every sentence with "you hear me, brother," or start every sentence with "you know what, partner"?
I think I do as it is right now. You hear me, brother? Or you hear me, brother?
Yeah, I like that.
No, I would definitely probably end the sentence than start.
I'll give
it
you
out.
one more before you leave.
All right.
Since you're a guest on the podcast,
Yes, sir.
not just this question is not what you want to. What do you want to be remembered for in life?
Man, basically you're asking what legacy do I want to leave?
Right.
That's an important question. I've had to ask myself actually over the last couple of years, just with having a family and kids and, my business. And that's, where I was kind of telling you that, I've had to do some soul searching and finding out where my priorities and where to put the time at. But I want to leave I want to be just remembered as a good father, a good husband and a good business owner, just as a good person in general. I don't really want to excel in any one area. I want to be just good in all of it. Remembered, for just being, like I said, a good stand-up Christian man that, did what he needed to do for his family and his kids. So.
Man, we appreciate you, Mr. Corey Crain. I said that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I always want to say Crane. I always want to leave out the R.
Yeah,
with Fidelity Opens, if y'all want to reach him, it's 214-462-2542. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That's it. Yes, sir. Or our Facebook. We have Facebook as well. We also have our website, www.fidelityopeningsllc.com.
He's your window and door guy. So if y'all need him, y'all go hit him out. It's Beyond the Blueprints. Thank you, Corey.
Yes,
thank
sir.
you, Tyson. Thank you, Maddie. And thank you. We're out of here. Beyond the Blueprints.
I think you're fat.
Yeah,
It's just my opinion.